VO in Stereo is sponsored by Bodalgo, international voice acting platform.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to VO in Stereo. As always, I'm your host, Jared Brushers. With me always and forever, Stephen Coghill. Today, got a big one, and I mean a big one, like in size big, in like personality big, in the voice jobs he's done big. You probably know him for being jolly at least once a season. Please help me welcome Brad Pitt.
Woo!
Brad Hyland. Shit.
Woo!
Welcome, Brad Hyland. Woo!
Brad Pitt wishes he could be Brad Hyland. That's how that works.
Exactly. See, I knew Mr. Hyland could handle that intro.
Yes.
Man, thanks for being here.
Thanks, man. People just tell me all day long, everywhere I go, oh my gosh, are you Brad Pitt? And I go, oh no, I'm sorry. I get that.
I'm sure you get that all the time.
It's the jawline. I mean, rest his soul. I get Louis Anderson, so you're lucking out with the Brad Pitt thing.
Right. I love the lighting. The lighting today is really great. I look green and you look purple. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Brad looks like he's right at Disney World and they froze frame right when they put off the fireworks at the Christmas Magic Castle.
Yeah, your lighting looks fine. I look green. I don't know what's happening.
I look pasty, but I'm Irish, so that's
I can change it too. My light is changing behind me.
Oh, look at you. Yeah.
Your word.
It's exciting and new.
But I gotta get back to the first one, because if I have it on one setting, someone's gonna have a seizure and then sue me.
Right,
so.
exactly.
Welcome.
We have to be careful.
No bueno.
So welcome, Brad, to the show.
Thanks.
It's been a long time coming. We finally got you on here.
Yeah, I'm thrilled.
My first question, which is my first question to everybody, which is a great place to start, is where are you from? Where are you born?
I was born outside of Philadelphia. A poor child. Yeah. I was born a long ass time ago outside in a hospital in near Philly, where I grew up, and moved a few places, but that's where I started.
Started in Philly. Did you like grow up there as far as like your childhood and stuff?
Yeah, I spent my first 21 years there, and between going to school and stuff, and then I got married pretty young. It was our 40th anniversary this past December, which is pretty exciting. And we moved a few places. We lived in Massachusetts and in Western Pennsylvania, and then moved down here in 1984.
And as a child, were you like in drama and stuff in school, or were you a creative child?
It's funny. I was definitely a creative kid, but I was not, let's say, encouraged that way. Your
parents weren't down with that.
No, I had people, my parents wanted me to get A's and everything, which I never did, once in a while. And it was just, I spent 35 years in business doing something I was okay at, but didn't love. And I try not to kick myself in the ass every time that that subject comes up, because I can start spinning around in my head about what if, and if I'd only, it's just like, just forget that and just ride the wave now,
That's true.
What? That's true, because look at where you're at and look what you've been able to do in the amount of time that you've been doing it. Not only should you be proud of yourself, but you should also be proud of the company you keep and the people that you do inspire. A little early in the episode for that, but don't kick yourself, man, because we're all our worst enemies.
Yeah, I appreciate that a lot. I appreciate you saying that a lot, because that's Kathy's voice too in my head, because I have just as much self-doubt as everybody and anyone. And I coach new people and some people with experience, and I always tell them, don't measure yourself against other people, because you will just spin yourself into the ground. and everybody's journey is different. But I appreciate you saying that. That means a lot to me.
Absolutely, baby. I'm here for you.
All right.
I'm the only one that can almost hug you on eye level. So
He's got a point there.
Yeah, but I outweigh everybody, so that's cool.
Now, what do you mean by that? No,
I think Steve, I think you're heavier than me, but that's just me.
because he's aerodynamic as a son of a bitch.
I'm dense like a collapsing star.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Black hole. No.
Dark matter.
Something.
That's pretty.
Oh.
So what was like the first creative thing that you were like that you got sucked into that was kind of allow you to spread your wings?
When I was in school, I was sort of a funny kid, and I imitated teachers. And I remember I found that I could do sound alikes and imitate the different teachers that we have, and it made people laugh. And that was always I loved to make people laugh doing that. So in college, I did more of that, and I started doing some stand-up comedy. And I would, like imitate contractors that my parents had at home and just mess with their day. But singing and stand-up comedy, early on, and then it just I can't remember where I was going with that, but that's what it was. It was stand-up comedy and singing. I was in a band for 8 years. I was the front man in a blues.
What kind of music? Now you tickled me.
It's blue. We did blues and rock and some rockabilly stuff.
There was a part of me that was hoping you were going to say 80s hair metal. I could just see you up there at the front man. Smooth opinion.
No, don't make me open a track and play it right now. So you believe me.
Great. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's funny.
But this
are there pictures though? Are there pictures?
Yeah, I got pictures.
We're gonna need some of those.
Yeah,
I'll send you a couple MP3s and a picture.
Okay.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's a promise or a threat. I can't tell.
A man of many talents. So can you take us through your stripper years? Because I knew that was
that was just one really
Chippendales.
Really sad time in my life. And I was making a shit ton of money. But then the bar broke, and they made me, they sued me for it. So I stopped.
The whole thing was made out of oak. What the hell?
Stop the whole stripper thing,
Man.
That's awesome. Well,
Put a fork in it.
Well, that's great. So singing, stand-up comedy. See, I know a lot about stand-up comedy. A lot of people, I've heard it so many times. It's so easy. If you could do it, I could do it. I'm like, brother, please take your funky ass on that stage and show me what you got. I've seen so many people bomb so hard and cry themselves to sleep after an experience.
Oh my God. There's nothing worse in this world than trying to be funny and having, 65 drunk ass people going, yo, and it's like, it can either be, and I've had it both ways where, when you're starting out and you do stand up, you're a part of the open mic crowd, right? You put your name in a hat and there's 15 wannabes that spend all week going to all the open mics, trying to get their name out there. And you could be number 15 or you could be number 1. And number 15 is a sad place for a stand-up comic and an open mic night.
I always like being in the middle.
Yeah. I've been at the end, I've been first, I've been in the middle, and I've had really fabulous results with, when you get off the stage, you can't even remember what you said because it was so good. And then you get times when there's literally 2 people looking at you through a drunken, they're holding their glass like this.
What the hell are you talking about?
But you have to go. You have to do it. You can't, in stand-up, you can't go, hey, come on back out. This sucks. I'm done. I'm done.
The man's up there still talking.
Yeah.
He's still talking up there.
I'll tell you what, everybody's always asked me about it. Like I tell them every time, I was like, I am just as nervous as anyone else. But from that moment, there's something about that stage and those staircase. From the start of the staircase to that last step on the stage, there's a transformation in me, and I just I switched into a completely different person.
Yeah.
Me talking to me, I can't fucking do that.
Yeah.
But as soon as I click into that persona and I'm out there, I'm just like hanging out with Buddy, and I'm really just sometimes talking crap about the week I had.
Yeah. Well, I always had a set that I would have and practice. And the key to stand-up comedy is everybody thinks that all those quips and the comebacks and all that they're just so smart and so ready. Those good comics have been doing it for 15, 20 years. They have every every comeback, everything in their bank. And when somebody falls into the trap, they can just go right off and make it sound real. For me, it was always, once you get the first chuckle, even if it's just 2 or 3 people chuckling, you got it. And you just relax and enjoy it. That was the secret. But I haven't done it. I haven't been on stage doing stand-up for probably 2 years. So maybe it's time to do it again.
That would be fun. That would be good. We'd love to see that. So did you, I'm assuming you went to school, you kind of wanted to be in drama, but you weren't able to. Right.
Yeah.
So when you got out of school, then what did you end up doing?
I did 3 years of local college because I was playing sports, ice hockey and lacrosse. I loved it. And then I went to Penn State for a year and just realized that my brain wasn't into higher education. So I did what all intelligent, smart boys do. They get married and start a family. And that's what I did. And I started with this big landscape company, great company, just super good people, that I had a pretty wonderful 33 years with before I quit. I quit and said, they sold the company and it wasn't the same anymore. And I'm not going to tell you the whole story because I always cry when I'm telling it, but we were on a bike ride in 2015 and Kathy said, because I was running my mouth about voiceover again, because I first trained 30 years ago to do voiceover 30 years ago. And she goes, you just damn it. We just have to do it. I mean, we're this age, we got this much money in the bank. You just got to do it. So she convinced me and I quit and threw away a 35-year career and started cold right in it, April of 2016.
Wow. Yeah.
I look back and has been kicking ass ever since.
Yeah.
There's something about those women who love you. They know things you don't know about you, don't they?
Yeah, they sure do. Yeah.
That's another thing that doesn't get mentioned, like rarely on shows and everything. Your support group, not only the VO people, but literally your foundation at home.
Yeah.
You got to keep that straight.
Yeah. I'm so fortunate every day now that I'm doing what I'm doing. I pinch myself because I cannot believe that I'm working from home with customers all around the world, doing something that I'm pretty good at and making a great living and just loving every second of it. Even the bad days are good,
Well, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
I don't want to make anyone cry, but that's
no. Hey, the show's like a roller coaster,
Well, we won't let it crash. Let's just not let it crash. Just keep it going.
Right. No, we won't let that happen.
I'll get Steven a conductor hat because he's always having a whoo. He's crazy. I love Steven.
What I'm doing. So tell us so you got into voiceover. You quit your good job to start into the crazy business of voiceover. And what was the first type of things that you got? What were the first things that you got as a voiceover?
My first job, other than when I first started training 30 years ago, my demo coach, producer guy, he got me a commercial for, back then it was Sennheiser Home Cinema, and they had something called Silent Cinema. It was the first wireless. And that was a long time ago. That was 1990 or something. And I did a commercial for that. But I didn't get paid. I did that as barter for more demos and stuff. My first paying job was in 2016. I did a spot from a casting site, and it was for LaCroix sparkling water. And I got paid $300 to say LaCroix sparkling water, mildly refreshing. And I'll never forget it. Sometimes that plays in my head when I'm asleep.
That's funny. I was
just going to say that was mildly sexy.
Now, was that a result of an audition that you were able to get?
Yeah, it was a casting site audition, and I did it. I just interpreted that's what they wanted to sound like, and they said, "Yep."
Nice.
Well, very good.
I went running downstairs. Oh my God, this works! Look, I said 5 words. I got $300 to sing 5 words.
I remember. Yep. The first day, I was 4 stars. I'm the guy. I don't care what anybody says. I missed the 4 stars. I feel like I just see stars. And I'm like, hello, darkness.
Come and hire me again.
Yeah, don't start trying to get me to cry because it's ugly. So let's stop that. Yeah,
Well,
ugly.
that means I'm definitely not taking this top off.
Yeah, that's a whole nother show. Man.
Nobody watches that. It's like a black screen.
Or at least you want it to be a black screen.
So I know a little something about you have a bromance with another big fella that happens to be bald and like he's super successful. So how did that bromance first start? Because I know how I met him. So, but I want to know how your little thing went with
when I first got started, I had demos that are really, really old, and I knew they weren't very good. And I just found him online, and I researched all about him, and I watched a bunch of videos, and I had never talked to anyone else about it. And he, he says, yeah, let's have a chat. And we had a chat, and I sent him my demos, and he was like, yeah, about your demos. And he was trying to find the words. I said, dude, what do I call you? Michael? What's J Mike? What do I call you? J Michael. I said, you could just tell me, man. I'm here to make it good. And he goes, yeah, I would get rid of those demos. And so I did, and I went with him for a bunch of coaching, and I got 4 demos. And in our first coaching session, because I told him I had done a lot of training before, he was okay. I want you to do this read. It was for a Wendy's commercial, just for practice. And he goes, okay, do it this way. Now do it this way. Now go over the top. And I did over the top. He goes, now I want you to go really over the top. And I went really over the top. And he kind of went, yep, this is great. You're going to take all my fucking work. And we just sort of laughed. But he has been such a great North Star for me because of where he is. And he's a good friend. We go to football games and stuff, but he's somebody who has never given me bad advice ever, and has given me advice that was, the kind of advice that you need someone to tell you, like, hey, don't do that because of X, Y, and Z. And it's just always been really good. And, he's a treasured part of my growth and where I was, where I'm going.
If you're watching this and you don't know anything about the industry, just know that there are thousands of people out there who will take your money happily and give you jack shit.
Yeah.
But watch our show and we'll show you who the good people are.
Yeah. And you see somebody on this show, you can guarantee
there's a bunch of upper echelon people, and we all know who they are. I don't want to be doing, ads
because you always leave somebody out and somebody.
Yeah. But there's for every really good coach producer. I don't produce, I don't create demos, I don't do marketing, coaching, none of that crap. And I never will compete with people that do that. But I know who the good people are, and I send the people that coach with me to those good places so that they don't waste any money. Because there are, for every good one, there's probably 25 bad ones, or 20 bad ones, or 20 not so good ones,
Oh no, I think that if you add all those up that you just said, about 55 crap ones. Yes, you're right. No, because some people, like you and I, we both coach, but we coach different things. We coach what we know. You've got these people out here telling them, they give them the whole kit and caboodle. Well, if you don't know it and you don't practice it, you don't live it every day, how the hell are you going to teach Timmy how to do it?
Yeah.
It's true.
I mean, like, you need a 416 and an Apollo twin. Oh yeah, it's your first week. Hell yeah, you need that stuff. In an untreated room too. Hardwood floors. That sounds amazing.
Or just record from your kitchen using a USB mic into your iPhone. You're going to be
inside your dishwasher.
Yeah, you're going to make money.
That's funny. And tell me about your first space. Just speaking of that, tell me about your first space that you were recording in, because you obviously you weren't going to the studios or recording everything in your house, right?
What was my first what? I didn't quite hear what you said.
Your first space to record something. I'm assuming you're recording yourself.
Yeah. This is where I record right here. And
so you've had this booth since 2016?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it's not I don't have a Studio Bricks or a Whisper Room or something, but I have a great floor. And the thing that I like about my it's a whole bedroom that's been treated. And then I reduced the area around me a little bit, so it's about 10 by 8. And the sound is really good, and it gives me the room to do what I need to do and be real and natural. And I don't, a lot of times people go out and they buy the booth, and they're still, sometimes their sound is still like this until they really get somebody like, who to, like, whether it's Uncle Roy or who are the other people that do that tuning.
Yeah,
and
George
tweaking.
the Tech and
George the Tech and
Steven's good. Steven is like
Steven, Schmog Hill. Yeah,
those people can fix things, but having a space like this has really been great because I
agree with you. Coming 30 years of construction, and people are like, you built your own booth. I was like, dude, if I can't build a 4x4x8 closet, I'm useless.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, we're gonna be buying a new house. Can you come visit me and build me a booth and all?
I should. Yes, I can.
Okay.
You can
We'll
ask
be
that
right
man
there.
right there. I travel. I do work. I travel.
Okay. I might hook you up and
We'll have to go whoop boop.
just have you
I'm
we'll
north and he's south, so
do some specs, and I'll put you up and buy all the stuff and pay you whatever how you do it. And
I'll warn you, we're gonna have a really good time.
damn it, son of a
know.
bitch. No, I'm not doing it. No, forget it.
Shucks.
cross that off the list.
No, not
No,
doing
it's cool, but a lot of people in the industry, like they get so intimidated by the things they have to do to get where you need to be, and a lot of people will feed them crap about the process in which you need to do it.
Yeah.
Like we talked to Roy, so many people will sell you whatever you want, but it's just
That's
like
right.
the steps and then everybody jumps over coaching. It's like, what
Yeah.
the hell? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Was it
Yep.
10,000 hours to become a master at something?
There's only one thing you absolutely cannot avoid when you're new and beginning, and it's coaching. It's learning. It's finding out what your sound is and how to use it and how to sound real and natural.
Yeah. how to
Everything
do it.
else you can noodle through on different levels of tech and quality, but until you know how to do it and can have the confidence to sound real and deliver a story instead of reading a script,
Right.
you're done.
You got to connect with the script. You got to have a great read,
Yep.
It takes training and to try to figure out how to use it.
confidence,
What I
and the
taught today.
confidence gives you the ability to settle in and know that you can deliver it.
Right. You got to know how to read too. That's very important.
Very. Mentally dissecting a script is an art form, I believe, and it can be learned. But there's some people that are just so fast, and there's others they need that 3 minutes. They need to read over it 3 times. They need to get comfortable.
This is the cold read master right here.
I love it. But I mean, there's some people
You
who
just pointed to the other side of your room
The other
because
right.
No. See,
we're going this
the way
way.
I have it configured here, I'm pointing at him.
It doesn't matter.
Like I said, it'll make sense when you watch it back.
sure
It should.
Yeah.
Plus, there'll be nice little
It will.
pictures and stuff up there.
it will.
You can
must say-
move you can move everything around the way you want, but I'm recording it in,
Mm-mm.
a format.
Your last vacation, I was so jealous.
Oh,
You
what?
just went on.
Yeah,
It was
The-
after the wedding
Florida
anniversary?
or the COVID? Which one was
yeah. Which one? Which one?
It wasn't the COVID one. It was the romantic nights one at the beach.
Yeah, we had a great time. We went fishing for 2 weeks down in the Keys. We didn't fish straight for 2 weeks, but we fished a bunch. But we drove. I bought a new pickup truck, not new for me, a 2017 Tundra,
That's
and we drove, and we visited people. We just had a fabulous time. Visited family and a few voiceover friends on the way down and on the way back. So we had a good time.
sweet? Nice.
Nice when you can do that. Work from
That is-
anywhere, work all the time.
Yeah, and I took my I have a little prototype travel booth and took that along and booked 4 spots and did them from our little place down there. So it was like, no,
And that's still working out for you, that little boothy thing.
super good. Yeah. The sound I get from that is pretty great. I did 2 radio spots, a TV spot, and an explainer all from that thing in the bathroom of the
Nice.
unit.
Yeah, his thing is it's made of really thick felt pads, like 4 inch.
It's
5
felt.
inch.
It's dense.
Yeah, it's all felt.
And it folds up. It's about maybe a 3x3 when it's all folded up, and it just goes flop, 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 boom, and it just sits on the desk, and then you just put something over your head for reflection, and Steve, you have some pictures of when it was where you were using it.
Yeah. Yep, it's pretty cool.
So people are going to ask, or they're going to comment on this and be like, okay, well, he's got that. Like, what's the rest of it, man? What's the microphone? What's your travel rig, brother?
But my travel rig is like everyone else's probably. I take my 416 everywhere because it travels easily and you never can hurt it. And I have, if I don't take my Duet, I'll just take some shitty little interface that I have in my MacBook,
right?
And I'll set up in my van. My car, I'll create a studio in my car sometimes where I sit in the back seat of the van.
In the van down by the
river. Yeah. Yeah.
No, the car is a perfect place for
especially if you have a minivan. I sit in the back seat, I wedge the 416 under the headrest of the driver's seat.
Nice.
And then I have everything right here and I can just sit back and take my coffee.
Nice.
Another edition of Riding with Brad Hyland.
Yeah,
that's right. If you can't afford a booth, just go buy another car. It's a big deal.
Yes.
Ooh, that makes me want an Astro van. This shit's out of this world, baby.
I know. Portable voiceover studio. We gotta love it.
So what genre have you yet to work in? Because you've done quite a bit of genre.
I do everything except audiobooks because I have some ADD and
no, it takes a certain person, bro. I understand.
The people that are doing audiobooks like Natalie Nadas and some others, they're so good. And there's hundreds of people that I know that are doing not even including, the top
usual
flight
suspects,
the top flight people.
Yeah.
But there are some people out there that are so good. And Natalie, she does live. She'll get on Instagram and do a little live thing and you just listen to her. And she's just sitting in this booth that they built on their property in the mountains. And she's just talking. And then she goes, okay, well, let's just do pickups right now. Click. And then she just goes right into it, breathes normally and naturally. And I think she's booked for, I'm not going to say something that's not right, but I know she's booked through the summer and into the fall on big time audiobooks. And she's amazing. So I can't compete with that. So I'm not going to.
No, like I said, it does take a certain person. They have to be very organized and it's not us.
Like the VO equivalent to cardio.
Pretty much. And your
I'd say it's a
really
VO
quiet.
equivalent to going on a disciplined diet,
I mean, you have to have the right space because if it's loud during the day or whatever and you can't do it, that's everything has to be controllable. You can get in there and just record at any time.
Now, I don't mind long, like 8,000 word e-learning stuff. I'll do that all the time.
Yeah, right.
And I get.
Yeah, but you probably knock that out pretty quick.
And I send if I need to edit, I have Umberto do my editing for me. He's really good. And he knows my program and I don't use a clicker if I make a mistake.
What do you do? Say shit.
No, I go like this because a clicker takes you out of it. And I was going to do a post about this later on, but
really? That's what
take me out of where I am, and people that want to clap. It's just like, it just. So I just
snap.
I don't even want to do. I don't even want to do that. I just go like this with my tongue.
Normally, it's either a curse or a snap. And, I know.
But when I do, it's super quick. Boom, two real high waveforms, and it's easy to find. So, and it's not. It's. It's
like
not like
it's
you're
not
calling
a horse.
It's not a horse imitation.
Thought maybe you're calling a horse like.
That would be horrible if you had a whole routine that you did every time you messed up. Hold on.
Yeah.
Right.
Damn it.
I know. You had some OCD shit you had to do every time. Yeah, that'd be crazy.
You silly goats.
Yeah.
It'd be a nice, good video though to put on social media. See Brad freaking out in between takes.
How freaky was it to play Santa Claus? That had to have been freaking awesome.
Being Santa has been really, really cool, and I won the role fairly early in my journey. I think I got it in the beginning of 2017. I got the initial opportunity from my agent in Atlanta. They said, you sing, right? And I said, yeah, I can sing. She goes, okay, I'm putting you up for this read because they need someone who can sing. I didn't know what it was. And then when I got it, it was Santa. And I did 2 or 3 callbacks. And then I had a conversation with Shanda Bell, who is the CEO who wrote the book with her mom. The company is called the Luma Stella Company. And Shanda and Amy had me on a phone call, and they were like, we were listening to a few other Santas. We like what you're doing. We're just looking for somebody who can, we want someone who will laugh a little bit differently than the typical ho, ho, ho. And I said, well, how do you want me to laugh? I mean, I'll laugh however you want. And she went, I'm thinking more of like, ho, 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 ho. I went, you mean like, ho, 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 ho? And she goes, yeah, that's it. And they both just freaked out. And I said, so do I get the job? And she goes, oh, no. We have a few more people. I remember, I never forget, this is my story about Santa. So we went food shopping with Kathy and I, because we've been married for so long. Food shopping is a hot date, you know? And we're looking in the seafood aisle, and she's on one side and I'm on the other of the fresh food thing. And there's king crab legs, you know, really beautiful, real king crab with the spikes on them, not the fake shit. And it's not like we couldn't feed ourselves, but decisions about king crab. I mean, so we're looking at it and like, oh man, there's no way. Look at that. That shit is $30 a pound or something like that. And my phone rang, and I looked at my phone and I said, ooh, it's from Atlanta. And she's like, oh, we're shopping. Don't take a call. Just this one real quick call. Boom. Yeah. Hi. Oh, wow. Seriously? Buy the crab legs. That's so great. And so
get that whole pound of butter too. The real shit.
Yeah. So yeah. And that's and it's really fun. And you know, the voice of the doll, the Santa doll. I don't know. Yeah. Did I show it to you already? No.
He came out in the beginning, but we did not get an explanation.
Oh, yeah. I'm the doll. I'm the voice of Santa, the doll. I keep this around because my customers always go, oh, would I have known you in anything? I said, no. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. And Merry Christmas. So, J. Michael, I sent one to him, and he said it's really kind of creepy because young Tom will crawl into bed with them at night and press the tummy, and he hears me going, ho, 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 ho. And he said, I don't need to hear that.
I always feel like somebody's watching
me. Yep.
That's hilarious.
That is funny.
It's fun to have, you know, something that everybody knows. But I'll tell you something funny. Kathy loves to tell everyone that I'm the voice of Santa. And I usually I'll wait if somebody asks me, you know, oh, I do this. If you ever heard this. So when I got my knee
volunteer
it. Yeah. When I get my knee replaced, we were in my first physical therapy. And she goes, oh, you're a voice actor. Oh, I've never met one. What's something that you've done that I would know? Which is what everybody hears. And Kathy goes right into, well, have you heard of Elf on the Shelf? And she goes, yeah, I hate that fucking thing. And we laughed and laughed and laughed. I couldn't stop laughing because she's one of those parents that it's 10 o'clock and you've worked all day and you look at your spouse or whatever and you go, oh, it's your turn to move the damn elf. Oh, no, it's your turn.
Yeah.
No, it's your turn to move the elf. So
we skipped that whole thing.
Great customer, super great customer.
He wouldn't have made it through the first couple of days and be like, he fell into the blender. Dad was making pina coladas and he was like, I want some more, and nobody checked on him.
Here's this cute little hat. I saved that for you.
Dog had his way.
He jumped into the fire. Oh, silly little guy. That's really cool. That is a very iconic role. That's got to be cool. I think it's cool for you.
I love it. It's really good. And I do their voicemails too. So
that's cool.
For the executive team, all their office voicemails are like, Amy can't come to the phone right now because she's out having a snowball fight with the elves. Leave a message.
You ever done one that's like naughty? That would be hilarious. You can do one for Jared. That would be like, oh, thanks for calling Jared. He's not getting shit for Christmas.
Yeah. I mean, and I've had people want me to do Santa and they'll send me the script and I can't, you know, and it'll be like, we want Santa coming out of a chimney, you know, swearing or cussing or something. I said, no, I'm not doing that.
It's like, dude, that's not my bag. It's funny and all, but to joke about it is one thing, to do it is another, because that's now a piece of you. It's part of what you do. So
yeah, and it's a treasured customer. and they're like, they treat me like family, and it's really nice.
You're not going to desecrate
No,
the Santa Claus.
And it's Santa Claus.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's Santa, for crying out loud.
Yeah. I gotcha.
I got
no
you.
better marketing than that jolly fat man.
So, I know you talked about coaching. Do you coach people now, or do you coach
Yeah.
at all?
Yeah,
You
I don't
are,
have.
okay.
I haven't hung a shingle to the point where I don't have a page on my website, but
But when people kind of trickle, say, "Hey, Brad, can you help me work out some?" Blah, blah,
yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
it was very, very organic, and I had some great advice from some very big time players about it. And I don't compete with anybody. I sort of have a sort of a niche that I do, and I don't. It's not my main revenue stream, and it never will be. I just love to do it, and I love seeing the people that I work with, and I point them to the Uncle Roys and the George Whittams and the J. Michael Collins and the Ann Ganguzas of the world to get their demos and all that important stuff done, and to watch a new student of mine start booking. Sorry, I'm going to kill this light because it's driving me fucking crazy. Start to actually book work, and I'll get a text, and they'll send me a screenshot of the shortlisting or a screenshot of that they got hired, and it's like, woohoo! It's like I booked a job. It's that fun.
I have to agree with you on that one. I had one session, one coaching one time, and I explained him. I walked him through the script, explained him how to cut it down, find the emotions of each, how every sentence is different. There's a rhythm to the scripts and the reads and everything. And he called me back the next day. He's like, I got hired and now they want me to do a narration job. I'm like, hey man, that's what, just like you're saying, you do get that, like the service feeling.
Yeah.
I've always tried to lead a life of service. And it's just, you get a feeling like that you can't get from anything else. I don't care what anybody tells you.
One of the things I do for students that use me, because I do packages of stuff, is if people get a package with me, I'm at their beck and calls. And it doesn't mean I can always do it, but if they get a hot audition or an opportunity, whether it's with an agent or like a really big casting site job, they can text me, "Are you free? Can you listen to me for 2 minutes before I send this?" And we get on a Zoom and work out some bugs and some hiccups, and then they do it and they feel better about it. And I've had people book the next day because of that. It's really, really fun.
Yeah. Sometimes you need that voice or something to bounce off of so you can get, separate yourself from yourself and say, hey, can this be better?
There are some amazing big time coaches that I am not in their league. They're so good and they've been doing it for so long. I'm not trying to chip into what they do at all, because they are unique and fabulous. I just have my little slot that I'm in. So,
hey man, we're just on here trying to sell you. Okay. If people want to contact Brad and they want to coach with him, hey, we're not stopping you. Go ahead. Contact this man.
I mean, it's my own belief and opinions are like assholes, but not everybody is ready for that stellar superstar coach at first.
No,
sometimes they have to go through such basics. That guy's not going to waste their time, or they're going to not give them everything they need because they're already working with such and such and such and such. A lot of people need the raw, hard truth, the black and white, and a lot of people can't take it.
Yeah. And the people that contact me that say, "Oh, somebody said you'd be really good for me." And I go, "Okay, well, I always do a quick free Zoom with people just to pick their brain. And when I say, "So what is it about voice acting that you fell in love with? What do you want to do it?" And she goes, "Well, somebody said I had a really good voice and I'm really bored at my job. So I just thought I'd give it a try." And I'm like, okay, that's a reason. That's not a very good reason. And I'll walk them through. And then from that point on, I almost just, I say no.
Shut down.
I say no, and I just
discourage
say
them from doing any kind of work.
no. Well, I tell them
No,
I can't.
I'm just kidding.
I'm not going to coach you because you haven't even watched YouTube for an hour about.
Right.
And I said,
the
go
vetting
to
talent. Yeah.
go to all the places you can learn on your own and spend some time. Don't just go to some coach and go, "Teach me." I have a good voice. Well, so does every friggin' person on the planet. And if you don't put in the work to find out what you need to do and what are those free options out there and all that great content on Gravy for the Brain for less than $40 a month. Holy crap. Gravy for the Brain is like
If
It's
you
a
know the
no-brainer.
resources to look at, it's super easy to get a lot of information for free. You have to put in the effort to get it. That's for daggone sure.
Well, it's not for free. You buy a membership, and
Well, not for that.
Well, I mean,
there's a lot of different, like the Edge Studios got a lot of different things you can access for free. Like, so no, like I get it, but people may
Brad's
not be
poo-pooing that. He's not
no,
down.
everybody's got their own path, and everybody's business is their own business. And I tell that to people almost every day.
That's true.
Don't measure yourself against other people, and don't be angry because you're not where they are, or don't be down on yourself because you think you should be farther along.
Yeah. No, see, we're circling back to that.
If you have thick skin, a burning desire, and a little skosh of talent, you can make this happen. But it doesn't happen overnight. I mean, I sort of crushed the learning curve because I had such a great beginning 30 years ago in the business. But it's, it can suck the life right out of your backside if you think that you should start as, I got a place to record. I got a business card that says I'm a voice actor. But I'm not booking shit. Now what? And it's only been 6 months. It's like, people, this is a real thing. This isn't.
Yeah, it's a journey, not a destination.
Yeah, this is the real deal.
You gotta put in the time for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's just like anything. It's not easy. It's a skill, and you have to learn how to do that skill to be good at it.
But once you get the magic key,
I know, right?
Every day, man. Oh,
right.
Sometimes I'll wake up like I have a nightmare that I'm late for a budget meeting at my old company. It's like, oh.
You're like, I'm a voice actor. Never mind.
Oh, I don't have to go in and fire somebody today.
I'm gonna wear my underwear all day and sit in the
Thank
booth
God.
and talk to myself.
Underwear? You wear underwear?
Sometimes. Right now, I am at least.
Yeah, we went there.
Yeah, we did. It's fine.
We went there.
It's fine.
It keeps me from doing my splits. I have to be able to do a split at any given time.
I know. I've seen it. I've seen it live.
Scariest damn thing in real life. And be like,
It is.
Did he just kick the top of the stop sign? Honey,
Yeah.
get in the corner. Shut your mouth. This is not worth it.
Yeah. When I saw you do a split, it made my balls hurt.
Right?
dude, you know what? The
Very
only reason I can
disconcerting.
do it is because I've been doing since I was a kid, since martial arts. That's the only reason I've always been able to do it. From martial arts, I'm a very little kid. So, but man, I had such a good time talking to you. People are gonna watch this episode and be like, "Did they just sit there and talk to each other the whole time? Like, Jesus Christ!"
Like we're friendly.
Well, there's plenty of information here. Now we're at the part of the show where I need you to give me all your info to where people know where to find you.
Sure. My website is AmericanVoicePower.com. And on Instagram and Twitter, I am at here, HEAR Brad Hyland, at here Brad Hyland. And my email is brad@AmericanVoicePower.com. Just reach out
Easy
or say hi
peasy.
or whatever. I'd love to. I love this business because you can connect with people all over the place, and there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it.
My best clients are in Italy. I love them. I don't know what they're saying during the sessions, but all I know, if I keep hearing perfecto and buongiorno, Jared, then I'm doing a really good job. So
I mean, the guy that edits your stuff is in Portugal, so
Yeah, and I yeah,
the world
I
is
love
your
it.
oyster, my friend.
I freaking love it.
If you had any advice for someone who's starting out,
There's
what
so
would that
much.
be?
It's all the typical things you've heard everyone else say. Training. Don't be hard on yourself. Thick skin. You got to want it more than anything else. I tell people that are working but want to be voice actors. I tell them, fall in love with your job again. Fall in love with what pays your bills, and then after that, to being really good at your job, every hour to where you're awake and have energy, focus on training and learning and doing, not watching television and not doing video games and not, doing things that aren't going to get you where you need to do. Just invest in yourself because it takes a long time to go there. But yeah, there's too much to say,
No,
Very
I get it. And watching the show, you'll see everybody gives advice, and they're all similar kind of advice. But it's all about again learning the craft and not really forging along and not paying attention to things because that's not going to help you.
Right.
Yeah.
But every day is an adventure, man. Whew.
It is.
It is a
fantastic
freaking adventure.
At this point, everyone, OQP, only quality people. Yeah. Woohoo.
I'm down with that.
Right? Guys, that's been another episode of VO in Stereo. Mr. Brad Pitt. I mean, come on, guys.
That's
Give
right.
it up
Can't
for
get him
Brad
here every
Pitt.
day.
It's Brad Pitt at American Voice Power.
Right? No, man, thank you so much. It's been a blast. It's always. Look forward to seeing you too. I'm sure I'll see you at VO Atlanta.
You guys are stars. Thanks, man.
You're
Oh.
a star.
You're fantastic.
You are.
Oh my gosh. Toodles, everybody. See you later.